Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Sometimes when you do a video, you know exactly what your B-roll is going to be, what your clip footage is going to be. If you're opening up a crystal opening, you're showing crystals, right? If you're doing anything with gameplay, you're showing gameplay. But the hardest videos I make, even though they're very important, deal with things like AI, because how do you show that unless you catch it in that exact moment? And even when you do, there are going to be people who say, well, clearly you're just not fighting well. Clearly it's not the game, it's you. And to be fair, sometimes that can be true. But I've noticed, and my man Chaos Penguin and I have talked about this behind the scenes, and others to be fair, I've noticed that in this game recently, even in things like Alliance Quest, I am being combative with this dash back issue that essentially makes it difficult to not only space the backing away, but when you combine that with the passive AI that oftentimes feels like an all or nothing node, you're essentially setting yourself up to take unnecessary deaths, which cost you potions and revives and so much else. And I think it's designed, intentionally or not, to make Kabam more money. If you're having a hard time dashing back and the AI is being passive and you're introducing new incredible defenders like Bullseye that, look, I don't know about you, I've given up. Kind of reminds me of Korg's Special 1. When I first fought Korg and got his unblockable Special 1 and got hit 3 times, I said to myself, someday I'll look back on this and laugh, because it'll be like when I couldn't dex Iron Man Special 1. It's just completely irrelevant. And then I still can't dex Korg's. I think I've done it once, and I don't even know how. I felt like I had won the world, like won the lottery. It was very much a non-consequential thing in terms of the overall experience of the game, but emotionally it was a big deal. Well, I think I've counted Bullseye Special 1 has 5 different animations. So, very difficult to dex. And on top of that, he's just so annoying. I know that this is actually motivating people to rank up champs like Iceman, but at the same time, it's also just so frustrating. I do think, because right now I'm putting all my 6 stones into Onslaught, but I do think eventually Iceman's going to rank 4, because he is he's just become more and more valuable, especially when you can shut down that evade. And that is one of Iceman's greatest utility strengths, is shutting down the evade. So, again, it feels kind of awkward to be like, have you seen the dashback system not working? But that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of what I want to ask. Have you seen the dashback mechanic not only not perform as it should, or as Kabam likes to say, it's not working as intended, but at the same time, when you combine it with the other issues, and you then see this in like Necropolis, where even if you're fighting well, you're probably going to not do that well in a lot of the fights, at least from my own experience, given it's just limited to my own experience. But yeah, it's a perfect storm of frustration. That's probably the best way I can put it. The dashback issue is a perfect storm of frustration. And on top of that, I think it's worth noting that with raids out now, if you have the dashback and the passive AI in raids, which are so unforgiving other than the 2 potions that you can get every day, at least when raids are active. Hold on, I'm scrolling down now, and yeah, these are just for units. Anyhow, I promised a few people, including Mr. Chaos Penguin, that I would do a video on this, and so if you've clicked on this video, I appreciate the fact that you have, and if you can hear my voice, you know that I stayed true to my promise. I just think it's a dangerous place to be if we don't call out things that feel off, because if they are pro player, Kabam's going to fix them immediately. But if they're pro Kabam, meaning they're actually going to make them more money, they'll still probably fix it. They could just say, well, wait for the next patch, which is a little frustrating because, well, that's not something that we can exactly depend on when we're in the process of trying to clear content or even get revives. And even the side quest, I know you can just restart, but I was doing some threat level 5 last night on my own time, and I just thought, man, this is really a bizarre situation of dash back not always working properly and the passive AI. So that's my feedback. If you feel seen by this video, hey, I was able to help you out. If you haven't seen this yourself, count yourself as thankful, but maybe be on the lookout for the next time it happens. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.